Morning, this is Mr. Will in West Virginia. It's the 28th day of June 2019. Down at my woodworking shop because I've got some extra people here today and I don't want to interrupt them when I've been awake for probably hours. Um, I already sent a video out that was a year old and decided when I went to bed last night, I had a word and it came back to me again this morning. And it's in Luke 10, starting at verse 38. It says, "Now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village. A certain woman named Martha received him into her house." And this is Jesus. "And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about with much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Jesus answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary has chosen the good part, which shall not be taken away from her." Now again, I'm going to reference back to the actual meaning of worship. The word worship actually is translated properly to mean to approach as if like a dog, to approach your master as if to lick his hand. That's the true picture of what worship is. Now here we have two sisters. One, invites Jesus in. And, back then, Jesus traveled with a lot of different people. He had his 12 disciples and probably kind of what we would call an entourage of people that followed him everywhere. And, Martha thought it was necessary that she fix a meal and try and, get some cheese and crackers and maybe some wine. I don't know what it was she was preparing, but she was preparing something for Jesus. And she was getting frustrated with her sister because her sister was just sitting at Jesus' feet, listening to him, worshiping him, being still and knowing that he was God. And Martha was running around trying to get stuff done, and she got pissed off. She got mad and went to Jesus and asked him, said, "Hey, could you, don't you care?" Excuse me, down here in the sawdust. And Jesus said, "Martha, Martha, Martha, Martha." Man, I tell you, when someone uses your name twice, they're trying to get a point across. You are careful and troubled about many things. I mean, it wasn't just that. Jesus looked into her spirit, into her soul, and said, "You know what? You got some issues, sweetheart. You got some baggage. You got some things that got you messed up." But Mary, on the other hand, Mary has chosen a good thing. She's chose to sit at my feet and worship me and listen to me. She is worshiping me. You're not worshiping me. You're working. You're working. And I want to encourage some of you that think that worship and what you're doing for the Lord, maybe at church or maybe in ministry, is worshiping the Lord. But the most important thing you could ever do has nothing to do with ministry outside. It's got to do with sitting at the Master's feet and worshiping him. Because by being still and knowing who he is, he pours into you what you need to know in order to do more effective ministry. Some of you run around 6-7 days a week trying to do things for God and don't sit at his feet and get what he really wants you to do. The most important thing you could ever do is be still at the Master's feet and just rest and let him pour into you what you need to do what you need to do. And it's funny, but you'll find you'll get more done for the kingdom by sitting at his feet more often than you are running around on your feet. All right? Hey, this is Mr. William, West Virginia. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you. Hey, it's Friday for some of us here in West Virginia. Not for some of us here in West Virginia. It's Friday. Have a good day and get prepared because, we got some holidays coming up. We got some good times coming up. We've got some special services and some special ministry things going on. I'm trying to rest my knees up because they just have been really bothering me a lot. Keep me in prayer, okay, for physical touch from God, continued spiritual touch, and for enlightenment on what the next stage is for my life. I've got some clues the last couple of weeks, but I'm still needing a definite word from God to know what the next direction is. Okay? Hey, have a great day. Shalom.